Hey everybody, Naomi back with IGN's E3 live show, streaming at you from e3.ign.com. Right now we have a game that will get RPG fans giddy with excitement. It's time to check out The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Thank you so much, Naomi. Years ago, I swore off dragons after Lair, but Skyrim might bring me back. Todd Howard, how are you?
Good to see you. How you doing?
Thank you so much for having us. Tell me, what is this Skyrim all about?
It's our latest Elder Scrolls game. The last one we did was Oblivion, back in 2006. And so we're coming back on the 360 PS3 PC with Skyrim, all new technology, and bringing dragons on the screen.
That's what we want. Some big old dragons.
When you think fantasy, often you think of things, dragons, and we've never done them in a game, and we want to try to bring them to the screen in a way that pays off visually on what you think of dragons when you read fantasy or see movies, but also a lot of cool gameplay with them as well.
Well, great. Let's watch some of this cool gameplay. We got the B-roll for you.
Yep.
So who do we play in this game? What's our story?
You are Dragonborn, which means you are born with the soul of a dragon, and that plays into the main quest of the game. And it's a mystery why the dragons have returned and what your role is in that. What you're seeing here is a little bit after the character generation sequence in the game, when you step out into the open world. And so we really try to give you just a big, vast world to go play in. Lots of features, lots of content. Be who you want and go do what you want. That's what we always try to go for.
And you often succeed at it. How big of a jump is this from Fallout? I mean, Fallout, obviously a desolate landscape. Trees were just, sticks of wood that had been blown apart.
It's kind of nice coming off of Fallout 3. Our artists okay, you can use the green channel again. It's this kind of natural beauty is something we've always enjoyed. So we're fans of Elder Scrolls as well, and coming off of Fallout 3 was the team that did Morrowind, then Oblivion, then Fallout 3. We also knew just technically there was a lot we could do on this hardware, but it is very nice for us to get back to a world like this.
Totally. And now you want to talk about some of the changes. Obviously, looking at it, it looks, awesome. It looks way better. And
it's all in the 360, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I don't care anymore. No. The thing I like about it is that when you cut to third person now, how natural that looks. We saw some a second
we have a new animation system. We find a lot of people do like to play in third person, even though it's primarily a first person game.
Yeah.
Whether you want to just look at your guy running around, but we have overhauled that a lot to make it, much more viable option compared to the other third-person games that are out there, whether that's Assassin's Creed or something else.
Yeah. How varied are the environments we're getting into? I mean, you start down there in that leafy, very, very beautiful...
A lot more than we've done before. We wanted to get, even though you think Skyrim and mountains and snow, there are a lot of different environments, from pine forests to the tundra, this big grasslands in the middle of it, fall forest, and then as you go up into the mountains, it gets snowy. The game also gets harder, so we kind of use the elevation as a good thing to guide the player for. It's going to get tougher the higher you go.
Now, as we watch those, it seems like from a novice perspective, there's a lot of player choice, I would say. Yeah, at 1 second I'm shooting lightning and sun out of my hands. The next I've got 2 swords. Then I've got a shield and a sword. How's the weapon in combat? How does that break down?
So the way we do it is you just put what you want in your hands, and that's really the character you're playing. So you don't pick a class.
Gotcha.
As you do things, the skills just go up. So if you want to do this and use fire in your left hand, a sword in your right hand, you're going to get better. You see the one-handed increase there. Everything you do you're going to get better at it, and that's going to make you level up. And when you level up, you do get to go and pick a perk. So we are using a system kind of like we did in Fallout 3 where there are perks, but there are a lot more here, and that lets you define your character throughout the game.
For fans of Fallout who maybe haven't played Oblivion or are now jumping into this fantasy world, what can they expect? I mean, have you taken a whole bunch of Fallout ideas and brought them over? The
perks are probably the biggest thing we took over and expanded a lot.
Yeah.
So they're actually like these perk trees under the skills, and more of it is how people experience our kind of game. That it's a big, wide open thing. We don't know what they're going to do.
Uh-huh.
We just like to give them a lot of tools. So, I think we're getting more comfortable at giving up control to the player. Like, we're not going to control the flow as much as you are. Sometimes you're going to want a lot of action. Sometimes you're just going to watch the sunset or
sometimes
read books.
For no reason I want to fight a mammoth.
Yeah, you can mess with the mammoths here. All the creatures aren't going to attack you. We kind of approach the creatures in this world like we do the people.
Uh-huh.
How do they live? What do they do? They're not all instantly aggressive. That you saw right there is the fire breath. It's the The dragons, when they breathe fire, you can do that as well. You're speaking their language and forming these shouts. And it plays a big part of the gameplay. You being Dragonborn, learning shouts and doing battle with dragons.
Well, now wait, if I'm Dragonborn, why am I fighting them? Shouldn't we all be partying together?
That's part of the mystery.
Nah,
you know?
come on. You got a long time till this game comes out. You should give me the mystery now.
They won't let me do that, sorry.
All right, fine. For people who are watching, when can they expect to get their hands on this and fight dragons?
It's coming out 11/11/11, so November 11th.
Easy release date.
Yeah, it's a great release date.
So now, 11/11/11, coming up soon. Not that far out.
It's not.
How hard are you crunching on this thing right now back at home?
You know, we're working really, really hard. We want to put as much as we can into the game, and we have so much content. There's a lot of stuff to polish. We've been through it before, so you know, we just want to make sure that there's a ton there for everybody to do. Because even though someone might play the game for 20 hours instead of 300, we want that to be unique for you.
Of course. Todd, anything we didn't touch on that you want people to know about the game?
No, just thanks to everybody who's given us all the support and all the feedback we've gotten from everybody. It, you know, makes it all worthwhile to have people say, you know, that's great, I want it, keep going. So
great.
Thanks to everybody. IGN too for all the support.
Oh, well, you know,
Thanks.
come on now, IGN. Don't worry about us.
Todd, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Skyrim, 11/11/11. Let's kick it back to Naomi.
So want to play that. Anyway, did that game look as awesome to you as it did to me? Let us know. Follow at IGN and on Twitter and tweet your thoughts with #E3. Coming up next, we're going to switch gears completely and head into the wrestling ring. It's time to get back to basics with WWE 12.